Hey Virgo, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, January 8th to Monday, January 15th, 2018. Now what's going on this week, Virgo, is we've got major, intense change and transformation coming in hot. Okay, and that for you, Virgo, is happening right here where the Sun, Venus, and Pluto will be conjunct this week in your 5th house of happiness. Okay, 5th house also rules romantic relationships. It also rules kids, if you have any kids, and passion projects and entrepreneurial ventures also comes here under the 5th house in some way. So I think there's some big changes going on, and by changes I mean endings and beginnings coming in here in regards to what makes you happy, a romantic relationship that it is that you're in, kids, or some kind of passion project that it is that you're working on. Because Venus is involved in this conjunction, can have a lot to do with relationships and a lot to do with money. Maybe you're rearranging your relationships and your money so that you can be happier, work with kids better, work more on a project that it is that you want to work on in some way, and do some things that you want there, okay? So I think that is what could be going on this week. With Pluto there as well, these changes could be very big, very intense, and feel very scary in some way, but again, just kind of needing to go with the changes here so that you can do more of what it is that makes you happy, okay? While that's going on, and you're ending and beginning and rearranging some things in your life to be happier, there's also, I think, a lot of serious conversations that are going on as well. Because around the middle to end of the week, Thursday and Friday, we have Mercury enter Capricorn and conjunct Saturn in the same place in your 5th house of happiness. So as you're making some changes in life to be happier, I think you may also be having some hard conversations or some very serious conversations about things you need to do or to commit to, or about decisions you need to make, all right, in order to let something more into your life that makes you happy in some way, and needing to make the changes and needing to be serious and make the decisions and make the commitments that you need to make in order to more fully launch forward doing something you enjoy on a passion project, whatever it is, okay? I think a lot of these conversations that you're having and these changes that you're making in your life to be happier also have a lot to do here where Uranus is, which for you is going to be in your 8th house as well. In your 8th house, I typically write as changes. Here I know it can get confusing because we've got Pluto going on here, but it also rules big financial investments, and it also rules intimacy as well. Deep, intimate relationships or relationships with business partners can kind of come into the 8th house as well, because we have Uranus here making a square to the Sun, Venus, and to just the Sun and Venus this week. So I think as you're trying to figure out what makes you happy, how you can be happier, how you can work on some passion project or work better with kids, I think again you're trying to figure out what relationships you need in your life, what maybe financial investments it is that you're making to support some passion project that you're doing, and maybe some more endings and beginnings that are going on. Perhaps also, and this could also bring unexpected changes, unexpected endings and beginnings in your life as well, in order to bring more of this happiness in. Okay, this could also be with Uranus, a thing that's been going on for a while. So you could have been making some big changes in your life for quite some time. Spending lots of money comes to the 8th house with some big financial investments going on. There could also be some intimate relationships that you've been having, maybe unusual intimate relationships going on, and maybe having to take all of these financial investments that you've been working on for the past few months or so, or take some of these relationships too that you've been in that have been really intimate, and try to find some way to be happy with all of these changes that you've been making. Find a way to be happy putting your life in the spot that you need to put it in, okay? There could be something going on there. That's kind of a weird thing to explain for you, Virgo, because we do have Pluto that's making the Sun-Venus conjunction here in your 5th house of happiness, and the same alignment is making an aspect to your 8th house, which is has feeling very similarly to Pluto. So what I feel like is going on here is that there's been some major changes going on in your life here, and you're having to make more changes to finally begin to let them all sink in, to finally begin to feel comfortable with all of these endings and beginnings, with all of these financial investments that you've been making over the past few months and years. I feel like you're now starting to come into them and starting to figure out how you can be happy with all of that stuff. And I think if you can adjust what makes you happy to meet the way your life has gone and the changes you've made prior to this point, okay, I think things are gonna be a lot better for you and gonna turn out better. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, because making some of these endings and beginnings here so that you can be happier in your life, so that you can create more of a life that it is that you really want, and begin to work with people better and deeper and more intimately, I think is going to help you in the end. And it's going to help you right here where Mars and Jupiter are in your third house of talk and communication, because we do have the Sun, Venus, and Pluto making a sextile over to Mars and Jupiter this week. So any changes that you make in your life to be happier, to create more of the life that it is that you want, and to be okay with where your life has gone and with whatever's happened, and maybe with some projects you've been working on here, I think it's going to help you to communicate more openly and more freely about what it is that's going on with you in some way, okay, and to communicate with people and about projects that are really, really important to you. I also think just transforming your life all around to be happier, work with kids, work with passion projects, do what you need is also going to help you here where Chiron is in your 7th house of partners, relationships of the one-on-one variety here. Going to help you to form better relationships with people, to form relationships with the right people, so that you can move forward on some projects that are very important to you with the Sun and Venus also in a sextile to Chiron. Okay, so I see you just totally rearranging everything that makes you happy, what makes you happy in life, big passion projects that you're working on, entrepreneurial ventures, relationships with people, with kids especially, going on here so that you can have more of the life that you really want, so that you can commit to it, and so that you can start to move forward on it with people and be more open about what it is that's going on, okay? So that's what I see happening for you, Virgo. I hope that made sense. Your card for the week is the 10 of Swords upright. This is a card of just major endings. I want to say like a clean break for you is what I'm sensing with the past, to move forward, to do something else here that it is that you really enjoy. And I think this is the card of letting go of the past and stepping into the future, and getting on board with where life is going. And I think this week you need to do whatever you can to finally let go of, wash your hands of whatever has been holding you back in the past, whatever you've been upset about, or some big hard changes, so that you can come into a new chapter, be happier in your life, be more lighthearted, and work more freely and more openly on some projects, and on some things that are really, really important to you, okay? And to just be happier. All right, so that's what I've got for you this week, Virgo. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you liked it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.